A new cybersecurity report about to be released highlights some critical risks facing UAE organizations that can easily be resolved. Rabih Dabbousi is Senior Vice President of Business Development at DarkMatter. He told me earlier about some of the key findings of the study just ahead of its publication online tomorrow morning.
Our findings have highlighted that both public sector and private sector organizations in the UAE face very serious risk. And in some of the vulnerabilities that we've discovered, we rate them as high. And we detail out in the report in the practical ways and steps that can be taken to address these vulnerabilities.
Why should the government and the private sector be concerned about the findings of your latest cybersecurity report?
If you go back to the original vision of the nation to transform, to modernize, to digitize, there's a huge adoption of technology, and we talked about this in previous sessions with you to the public, and that digitization basically expands and exposes our attack surface. So the objective behind generating this quarterly report is to help our clients and to help the nation, the UAE in general, become more resilient to cyber attacks by protecting their digital footprint and the digital attack surface and hardening it so that their security posture is at a higher level.
Does your report give us any indication on how to patch up any security weaknesses?
90% of the findings have highlighted the fact that there are software that are outdated in these systems. So what we are recommending is 7 practical steps to addressing these vulnerabilities. I'll mention a few of them. The report will come out tomorrow. The most important one is to go back and implement a software patching system. So number 1 is patch. 2 is go back to your systems and network hygiene. So that's hygiene, number 2. And number 3 is harden your passwords and adopt new techniques such as dual-factor authentication, UAE Digital ID and UAE Pass for authenticating and so on, and other techniques that can help you improve the access to your systems and to your networks.
Does your report highlight any specific threats directed towards us here in the UAE?
We've identified 9 different threat vectors, and we highlighted the way to protect yourself against those threat vectors. We also highlighted 4 different advanced persistent threats. These are threats that could cause serious damage to a digital infrastructure and a digital environment. One of them has been identified by DarkMatter. It's called Windshift, and you can visit our website to read more about it.
Just finally, Rabih, are we winning the fight against cyber attack?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before. We're at war out there in cyberspace. It's a constant war that's taking place. We're always under attack. But I would say that our level of resilience has been in a good position. If we can think of the global demises of ransomware with WannaCry as an example, or some massive breaches that have taken place, we have been resilient to some of those. However, we never say it's good enough. We always have to be on guard and on our toes when it comes to cybersecurity.